There's nothing new under the sun. That what has been will be again. In the light of this reality, it is carelessness and foolishness to live your life to chance when you are aware that everybody before you, there were several handwritings of wickedness and affliction that registered their presence upon their life and are responsible for why they could not rise. In Zechariah chapter 1 verse 18 and 19, the Bible says the angel of the Lord took him in a vision and showed him 4 horns. And he asked, what are these? And the angel said, these are the horns that have scattered Judah, Israel and Jerusalem, so that no man can lift up his head. So there are spirits that register their presence over territories. If you see a common trait predominant in a space, it can never be by coincidence. It is the handwriting of a prince in that space. It is the signature of that prince. And so when you find a whole people under a particular predicament, it is a signature of a prince. And it's only foolish men that think that by anything they can do through the arm of the flesh, they can disband a principality from his inheritance. The Bible says there's no man that enters the house of a strong man and spoils him of his goods until he has first bind him. So in this dynamics of spiritual deliverance, one of the first things you must overcome before you lay claim to your inheritance is whatsoever power that was restricting it in the first place. You must become bigger than what was tormenting you. You must become stronger than what was keeping you bound. And so men don't escape because there was a small opening. Men escape because they outgrew captivity. There's no release date in the calendar of darkness. They don't have a day that they plan that by now you would have suffered enough, so we'll let him go. In their annals, the record of darkness, your suffering is perpetual, and it is until death comes. So in the light of that, if you see any man who was once a captive of a spirit and you suddenly see him become free, there's only one explanation: violence. There was a season when violence broke him out. The Bible says through the fatness of your neck, the yoke will be broken. The yoke will not break because of any particular, sense of pity. The yoke will be broken because you outgrew captivity. He says, and thou shalt know the truth. The truth will make you free. Make you free. Many of you, from where you are coming from, people don't live to a ripe old age. And you can see it already. But there is a foolish idea making you think your own case is different on account of just verbal profession. Mind you, there is nothing new. What has been will be again. You have seen how the marriages of the people around you turn out. Some of them went out, some of them almost broke the code. But then eventually everybody must return back to the father's house. And you are watching it carefully. You have seen that everybody before you can even go and do master degrees and then finish their PhD. And yet they are struggling to feed. And something is still lying to you that just work hard. Can't you see that the arm of flesh have failed those before you? Can you not tell that a handwriting on the wall has remained undeciphered until a man will engineer an adventure of priesthood? The things that held everybody before him would hold him to. This is why I started this night by introducing it in this light, because I wanted us to still pray some more. Many of us were aspiring for new seasons, but we have not solved the complex, matters that only priesthood could settle. And so you are feeling like the door should open when you come, but that same door has not opened for anybody before you. So there must be a partnership of both hard work and time, and then putting the investment of priesthood so that man can arrive at outcomes that is not consistent with the narrative from whence he came. And so tonight, if you are aspiring for something that is not the normal from where you are coming from, tonight, if you are looking forward to an outcome that is not regular, it's not the narrative of the place you have found expression from, there must be an investment in priesthood. It will only be done for you on earth as it is in heaven. And so everybody tonight, I want to give us another 3 minutes at your seated position. I want you to travail. Just take the next 3 minutes and press in some realities in your life. Those things you are aspiring for, those things you are contending for, those things you are trusting God for, it will take violence to bring it into the script. From the days of John, this kingdom suffered violence. Only violent men take things by force. This Christianity of ease and pleasure and convenience, you cannot amount to the calling of God that way. A man must become brutal. Are you really persuaded that your parents do not work hard? Are you really convinced? It says to wake up early and sleep late at night, only to eat the bread of sorrow. The labor of the foolish wearieth all of them, because they know not the way to the city. Can you press tonight? I can't end small. I refuse to be small. I refuse to be mastered. Some of you, are already bound hand and foot by principalities. Lust has catch you and trapped you as an entity under its bound. But tonight you will groan. You will groan. I refuse to be captured. I refuse to be captured. My story cannot end like this. This is not the chapter. This is not the chapter of my destiny that portrays my final estate. I cannot be defeated. I refuse to stay on the ground. You may have fallen. Get up, brother. Get up, sister. Let's continue. Sabala kapona etetekete kotopakata mambrondo pokoskopa la varikataba retekebe odon brante feno rite kopon balambanto kope jetekete barata ashwa tekome rondo pokon balapanino katon peteka tabakato rekete bakata japa papa papa rekete bekete bakata rate etetete takakata patopera rekata bakato endo pokonte para japa latento etwa kapola rekete barata mana terwa nemombe lama undu bugu mamata rekete ba antopeta patwa jetekete rekete bekete bakata japa etwa takombe